Welcome back. The late Tina Turner admitted on social media here back in March that if she'd known how much high blood pressure and kidney disease are connected, she would have spared a lot of suffering. Joining us to shine a light on that is, with the latest information rather, is Dr. Michael Wiederkehr. He specializes in nephrology at Baylor Scott White and Nephrology Associates. Welcome, doctor. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Let's start off with this message by Tina Turner saying, listen, she thought her body was indestructible, and had she known more about high blood pressure and hypertension, she probably would have been better off.
Yes, I think a lot of people don't realize that the kidney disease or having kidney disease and high blood pressure is very closely connected. We never really understood the connection. Is it the high blood pressure causing kidney disease, or is it the kidney disease causing high blood pressure?
Okay.
What comes first? And now we believe that for most people, it's actually the first. It's the chronic kidney disease then leading to hypertension.
Now, some people do develop high blood pressure, I guess, over their lifetime. How do you treat it? How do you deal with that?
Well, the first thing you need to do is every household needs a blood pressure machine. And one that works. Have a functioning blood pressure machine, and I tell my patients, check your blood pressure 3 times a week, random times, and write it down on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be fancy. Some people use their smartphone and Bluetooth and very complicated, but you can take a piece of paper, check your blood pressure 3 times a week, write it down on a piece of paper. So when you see your doctor and you walk into the office and your blood pressure is very high, but at home it's beautifully controlled, that's very important for the doctor to know. Your blood pressure is actually controlled at home. What you have is white coat hypertension. So monitor your blood pressure at home. And then the other thing you can do is make sure you control your blood pressure. And there's a couple simple tips. One is lifestyle. You know, eat a healthy diet, low salt, fruits and veggies, whole grains. Avoid the bad stuff. No drugs,
it can
no
be
smoking.
hard to do, yes.
It can be hard. And also exercise. I tell my older patients, especially as you get older, exercise becomes really important. And if you keep your body healthy and control your weight, that really helps your blood pressure as well. Are
there any, I guess, genetic factors that play a role into kidney disease?
So genetics is actually more important than we used to realize. We always known that high blood pressure runs in families. But now we just realize there's certain single gene mutations that cause high blood pressure. One is MYH9, and then the more important one that we just recently realized is the APOL1 gene in African Americans. So if you have the APOL1 gene mutation and you have 2 gene mutations, so 1 gene from your dad, 1 gene from your mom, and you have both gene mutations, then you have a much higher risk of getting chronic kidney disease and high blood pressure.
Dr. Wiederkehr, before we go here, for anyone watching this morning, are there any feelings that someone might have that might say, hey, I gotta check in with you, I gotta see what's going on with my body?
So that's a great point. We always say high blood pressure is the silent killer because you feel fine and you'll realize you have very high blood pressure, which actually kills your kidneys. So make sure you, besides monitoring your blood pressure, make sure you also have your doctors check your blood and your urine. So in the urine, there's a protein called albumin or microalbumin, and we check that. And if we see that show up in the urine, we know the kidneys are stressed. And that the early detection of that is very important, because when you see the specialist early on, we can actually stop the process and sometimes reverse it. And talking about Tina Turner, as you mentioned, she was African American and she had high blood pressure, she had chronic kidney disease, and I'm thinking, we don't know this for sure because we don't have access to her records, but I'm thinking she probably had the APOL1 gene mutation.
Well, we may find that out. Dr. Wiederkehr, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Very insightful. Thank you so much.